Yeah, hey guys, so let me introduce you to Brandon. Brandon is a natural bodybuilder. He has competed in the one of the most natural, prestigious national championship, which is WrestleMania, and he has secured top five. He has cracked top five, the top five in two categories, which is men's physique and the classic physique line, right? So, Brandon, how was your experience? So, you competed in WrestleMania for the first time.
It was quite a good experience. Traveling the whole experience of getting individual posing on stage. It was a completely new experience, something I've never done, and such a big national stage I've never got. And video was streamed like whole of India could watch it. It was quite a good
Yeah, yeah,
experience. And
right, right. So, Brandon, like we'll be picking up the questions from our viewers. But before going to them, I have few questions myself. The first question is, how was your peak week? So, guys, you might not be aware, a peak week is the week just before the competition, where where the athlete he tries to get super dry and hard before stepping on stage. So, Brandon, can you tell us your experience on that part?
peak week is usually quite tough. So the first few days, what I do is I have my carbs before my workout because I need energy. I don't compromise with my workout because during peak week, what happens? People they reduce their weights and all. I try to keep it the same because I don't want to compromise with my workout. I want to keep the intensity same. So I have my carbs, but then after that, during the day, I don't have any carbs. So I like that I stay quite depleted and I get energy
Okay,
enough for my workout. Then 3 days before the show, like no sorry, 4 days before the show is when I go on like no carb days, 3 no carb days, and then my body stays totally depleted. Then one day before I start loading my carbs, I have about 300 to 400 grams carbs, and I keep checking and seeing how my body is responding to it, and accordingly I adjust my carb intake. That's kind of it.
okay. And how about water? Like,
Water I have
how
normal.
about water? How does
Water I Water is actually very important for like going like to the washroom. So and if you do not do that before your show, then that will make you look a little bloated. So what I do till the last day I have water. Only in the show day I have only sips of water. I don't play around much with water.
Oh, okay. Okay, because many of them, they really drop down their water levels a lot in order to get super dry. And that's where complications start.
Yeah, but
So,
I
anyways,
actually think
that's
that's
really.
not really a good approach
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
water is
that's
like
not a very
really
healthy
essential.
approach, I think so.
Yeah.
Right, right. So, another question, Brandon, is like, how do you manage to stay lean all the year round? I mean, you are always with six-pack abs any time of the year.
The big secret for this is I used to have abs since class 4 because I used to exercise train from that time. So the hypertrophy on my abs are actually very big. So what happens is even if when I
Okay.
put on fat, at least the top four will be visible. So that's one way, like even in my bulking, they're still visible. But now I'm really going on a big bulking season, so I doubt if that's gonna still be visible all year round.
Right, for the next competition, you wanted to take an off season to put on some muscle mass. So,
Yeah,
viewers,
yeah.
again, right, here is the expert approach. You don't have to stay lean all the year round. Take your off season, put on mass. You'll be able to put a lot of mass rather than staying lean all the year round. So the experts do this, and please follow the experts. So, Brandon, your question, first, another question is, a lot of people do ask me, is whey protein safe?
If it is safe to drink milk, then it is safe to have whey protein. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, as simple as that. As simple as that. But again, right, you should if you're taking a lot of protein from your diet, then obviously you don't need. to supplement it. But again, those who are supplementing, that is quite a normal thing. It's just like Brandon said, it's just made of milk. And how about your workout routines? Do you change them a lot? Do you try a lot of fancy workouts as you see on social medias, or how do you keep it for yourself?
No, I try to keep it like lots of compound exercises, a few isolations. I focus more on compound and my workouts mainly remain the same. I try to increase my poundage slowly, the weights I carry, and the rest of it completely stays the same. Select a few will give the best results. I don't do all the exercises because that doesn't make sense. Only the best ones to choose and try to improve on them.
Right, right. Even yeah. So again, right, all of you, if you are watching this, let me tell you, all the experts, like the top of the bodybuilders in the world, they keep it very basics. I mean, they stick to the basics. So you don't have to think that way that you have to try changing various different types of workout in order to put on mass. So that's another key point there. Brandon, another thing is how do you manage your calories? I mean, how do you manage your calories in the festive season? So the Christmas is coming, right? You must be eating a lot of tasty food. So how do you manage to keep your food clean, or how do you do that?
The main thing is that keep the protein high, and that's it. Christmas time, protein high, and whatever calories come, it's a little dirty bulk, but that's not really recommended. But it's festive season, so it works just for 1 month.
Right, right. Yeah, so yeah, we do like, I mean, the same goes for me. You just have to manage your calories, and that's it. So eat whatever you like. It's not that we have to be on, boiled food all the time. So even I used to think earlier that the experts, I mean the bodybuilders, they really eat the boiled vegetables and all that stuff, but it's not true. Uh, you just that you have to understand the concept of calories, and you quite, and then you're just good to go and eat whatever you like. So Brandon, another question is, how about your thoughts on fat burners?
Fat burners is something that I wouldn't really, I don't never ever had it. If anything has to be taken for boosting metabolism, the best would be 200 mg caffeine tablets or maybe just some caffeine. That really helps to boost metabolism and it's a good pre-workout also. So that is what I would recommend. And fat burners, uh, not of much use, will be a waste of money.
Yeah, again, everybody who's watching this, I'm sure you must be taking notes out of this, because the marketing standard, and fitness industry is like a $1 billion industry, and there are so many supplements available. You don't have to fall in for their tricks, right? So yes, fat burners, again, you have to understand the concept of calories. And just, I mean, if anybody who is looking for, fat loss program, just like you have some issues with your teeth, you reach out to dentist. In a similar way, you should reach out to a nutritionist, YouTube, and you get some information from, online from internet. But an expert, you should understand what an expert has, the knowledge that he has and the knowledge that you get on internet. So if you want to, you're looking for real transformation, you must reach out to a nutritionist and a PT as well, and you should get a trainer as well. Another question: mass gainers. What are your thoughts on mass gainers?
Uh, for my thoughts on mass gainers is instead of taking a mass gainer, I'd rather eat more. Simple as that.
Yeah, as simple as that. See, I mean, they are just carbs, man. Our diet is full of carbs. You just choose. You have to, eat whatever you like. It has a lot of carbs
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
very
So
easy
mass
to
gainers
add
are like
extra
just they give
calories.
some calorie surplus. That's way too easy, man. Yeah. So your favorite supplements, right? Right now you have denied for fat burners, for mass gainers. So what do you actually use, I mean, in terms of supplements? What do you supplement with?
My favorite supplement is hands down creatine. It's given me great results, improved my performance in gym. and also it improves your muscle size in the sense that intracellular water absorption inside the muscles, so it makes it look more fuller, and plus it increases your performance in the gym and your ATP production in your muscles. So it's one of the most recommended supplements.
Creatine, yeah, yeah, obviously. And if somebody who is looking for a protein, right, or a creatine, so there are like so many brands available. How someone should check which brand to buy, which brand to go for? What are your checklist before you choose for a particular brand?
Uh, Nowadays, most of the big brands actually provide good products, but since we are athletes of body power, their products are really good. The quality is good, so
Yeah,
people could go and use that.
yeah. I mean, I've been using Body Power, whey, glutamine, and the pre-workout that works. I mean, again, do you take pre-workouts? How about you?
Uh, Pre-workouts actually right now I'm not taking because right now I'm having so much of carbs because of this festive season, and I have so much of energy that I don't really think I need pre-workouts.
Exactly, yeah. So sometimes when I generally even adding pre-workout every day is generally not recommended. So somebody who's working, who wants to work on some body part which is weak compared to the others, you can add up on those particular days a pre-workout, which will give you extra push to push that particular muscle group. And then so obviously even I won't recommend anybody to have to buy a pre-workout. But yeah, it's just that when you're running out of time, you don't have the time
The
for any
pre-workouts are
pre-workout
good
meals.
to set the mood. It
Right,
sets
right.
your mood for a
So
workout.
yeah,
If you're
again,
very lazy, it sets your mood. Yeah.
so if somebody is looking for a fat loss goal, right? What would you suggest him or her to? It's like a approach for a girl or a guy is different, or is the same?
First of all, diet. Diet is the main thing. Like if you're in a calorie surplus and you're doing all the type of cardio in the world, it's not gonna help you at all. That's the first thing. So definitely first you have to be in a calorie deficit. Then after that, even if you work out and train all your muscle groups, that will also help you to burn more calories, and that is recommended to stay fit. So the best approach would be a calorie deficit diet with proper workout.
Exactly. And does it differ for a girl and a guy?
No, depends on the total calorie intake of each person, which is different. Even
Right.
males have different calorie intake. Everyone is totally different. Depends on the lifestyle too. So it won't depends doesn't depend on gender at all. It depends on a person and his lifestyle.
Right. So, we have you have mentioned calories, calories management multiple times. So, how do you manage your calories? Is there any tracker, or how anyone who wants to manage his calories or calculate his, how can he do that?
Uh, Type EDEE calculator in Google. You will get options over there to calculate your calories. So with that, you can just put your data, your height, weight, whatever they ask, and then they will calculate your total daily energy expenditure of yours, which is your maintenance calories. And according to that, you have to be in a calorie deficit. Usually 500 calorie deficit is recommended.
Okay. Sarthak has a question: cardio or weight training while fat loss? If he has a goal of fat loss.
I would say both. Both would be good. Weight training will definitely help you develop your muscles, which is very important, and it also is a factor of fitness. Musculoskeletal strength is a very important factor of fitness, and even cardio for cardiovascular endurance and heart health, and also for burning some extra calories. That will definitely help. So both
He
are
has
very
another
important.
question: does it affect while doing intermittent fasting?
Uh, Intermediate fasting is doesn't really help that much, I would say. Say that I do a fast, say 8 hours. then my hunger is basically much more higher. So I'm gonna eat more. So as long as you're still in a calorie deficit, it it will definitely still give you a fat loss if you do intermediate fasting or not. If I do if I have a normal diet and I have a five say a 1,000 calorie deficit, and if I do intermediate fasting and still have a 1,000 calorie deficit, I would say the result will be the same. So it doesn't make much sense.
Right, right. And also, this is my personal question. So, a lot of top bodybuilders, they believe in fasted cardio, which is cardio just getting up from the bed, and not taking any meal before that. So, do you do that, or you take your meals and then you step on the cardio?
Mm, if you see it like in a way that the whole night you are breathing and the energy that is used by all the carbs that are being used for your respiration and your to keep you alive, basically your body functions. So all your carbs are kind of depleted in the night. So when you're doing cardio, fasted cardio in the morning, basically your body is using energy of from fats, not from carbs, because you haven't provided your body any carbs.
Hmm.
So definitely that would lead to fat loss in the initial stage. But after that, during the entire day, if I still am in a calorie surplus, still that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense, right?
that
I
doesn't
will
make
lose
sense.
some initially, but I would gain it in the later part of the day. So I wouldn't really recommend that.
Yeah. Simple
But it's
carbs.
a
You
good and
mentioned.
healthy approach for the day.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, the top of the top bodybuilders, they believe in fasted cardio. A lot of top coaches do believe in fasted cardio, and it worked for them. We can see it practically, right? So, yeah. Another question is, okay, from Pranay Bhaiya, how much do supplements contribute to weight loss? Weight loss.
They do not really contribute much unless you take supplements that boost your metabolism. That would be mainly, I guess, I would recommend caffeine
Hmm.
tablets, maybe 200 mg. But make sure you don't go on an overdose of those tablets. There is a limit, I think 600 mg or 500 mg is the limit. I'm not so sure. Something like that I saw. And supplements really do not matter that much. It's basically a total calorie intake, as I've said.
Right, right. Even caffeine. I mean, if somebody rather than tablets, even they can take it up from coffee instead. That will also work. I guess.
Yeah, that
So,
also does the job.
yeah. Okay, Sarthak is another question. But when someone does fasted cardio and also do care of their calories intake, yeah, obviously, then you'll get the results, Sarthak.
Then
Aren't you
that will
getting the
be good
results?
only. Yeah.
Yeah. So, aren't you
As
getting the
long as you're
results?
in a calorie deficit, you'll lose weight.
Right. Okay. We have another question. Calisthenics or weightlifting, which is faster to gain muscle mass?
See,
Obviously.
I can progress in calisthenics to some extent. Now, after that,
Right.
if you're doing weighted calisthenics, then that will help you progress more. But then there are very less options in calisthenics, and it's the progressions are really hard, some of them. So if you can't do that, then weight training is much more easier, much more safer. Calisthenics is a little risky also. Some of the things are a little tough. So I would definitely recommend weight training. But calisthenics, if the person can do it, it's quite tough, but many people have done it. It's definitely possible. You can gain muscle there also, quite decent amount of muscle.
Oh, great. Okay, Sarthak did mention he has lost 6 kgs in 2 months. Okay, he was, but I'm more into maintaining if I stop exercising. Okay, so his question is like he has lost 6 kgs in 2 months, following the calorie deficit diet and also the fasted cardio. But now his question is how to maintain it. I guess if he stop exercising.
Basically, you'll have to eat more lesser to be in that. No, you want to maintain it, right? Then you have to calculate your maintenance calories, and then you have to fix your diet with that, so that it stays close enough to the maintenance calories. Then you'll stay, and then you can maintain what you have.
Yeah, basically, Sarthak, if you're not exercising, that means you were burning calories and then you've stopped burning those calories. So, and then as Brandon said, okay, Pranay here has another question. What does keto diet help and should it be done or not? Have you tried, Brandon, keto?
Yeah, I have tried. The the main thing is keto diet. Most of, if you see properly, most of our calories come from carbs. If you see properly, like which whenever there is, if you compare your days where you are in a very dirty bulk and like very like a long when you're in your lean days and all, the protein intake will stay somewhat same. Fats are usually little here and there, not much for most people, but mainly the bigger jump is in carbs. So keto diet will definitely help you be in a calorie deficit, which will in turn help in weight loss.
Yeah, it's also said like if the muscle loss is less compared to the other diet forms if you're on keto and trying to get ripped. Is that true or how's it?
The main thing is whenever you're losing fat, you better keep your protein content high. Then the muscle loss is lesser, and also weight training with that to avoid muscle
But
loss.
muscle loss is certain, right?
Yeah, to some small extent, it is certain.
To a small extent, yeah. Okay, so we have another question. How do I build muscle mass since I'm a hard gainer?
Basically, you have to keep increasing your calories and seeing what's working for you, and mainly keep your protein content high. Usually, it's two into your body weight in kgs, and keep it little bit higher than that, say like 20, 30 grams higher than that. So say if a person is 60 kilos, 120 plus say 20 or 30 grams, so 150 grams of protein. Little more also doesn't matter. Usually Indian diets lack protein, so high protein doesn't really make is actually good. And yeah, that's it. Keep your protein content high. I actually forgot the question. What was it?
Yeah, actually, the person is a hard gainer. So yeah, as you
Oh,
mentioned, try
hard
to
gainer. Yeah,
spend
yes. You have to
more
keep
time.
your protein content high and also your other calorie intake high. Yes.
Basically, you
If
have to
say
understand.
yeah.
I mean that
Basically, if you're
you have
going in
to
a 500 calorie surplus and you're still not gaining any type
understand.
of weight, then you make it 1,000, right? If you're still not gaining, then increase it more. And if that's also not working for you, you have a problem, go to the doctor.
Yeah, correct. Basically, right, we all have, our bodies are different and they react differently. So you have to understand sometimes what works for you because what works for Brandon might not works for me. And what works for me might not works for you. So that's the thing there. That's always there. Sarthak is another question. How much time should a person put in cardio and weight training?
That totally depends from person to person. Uh, Usually, a 1 hour workout is like more than enough, and cardio is just like to maintain your cardiovascular endurance. It's important. At least I try to have at least 3 or 4 cardio days in which I play
Oh,
basketball. That's more better. Like I don't like walking on a treadmill or running on a treadmill. That's like you have that mental tension or karna hai, cardio karna hai. Better than that, you can enjoy a sport and do your
right, right.
cardio, right? So
Same
basically,
goes for me.
if you see if you see fitness as a whole, cardiovascular endurance, muscular skeletal strength, these two are parts of it. So they are important. And over that, you have to do flexibility, also stretching. They're all important. Everything should be done basically.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I mean, if somebody who is into any sport, even I prefer badminton over, walking over a treadmill or that is just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
can,
at least you
play.
enjoy your cardio. It's not like
Right,
you're feeling the pain of it.
right, right, right. You should enjoy it. That's, enjoy the process.
Yeah.
What that they say. Okay, Brandon, we have a lot of people joining in. Okay, any tips from you, those who want to gain muscle, who has just started going to the gym? Many people would be able to relate.
Uh, I would say just keep your protein content high and eat as per your hunger. If you're feeling hungry, give your body what it needs. But make sure your protein content is high. That's the main thing that is low in people's diet and you don't get results. And then eat as per your hunger. If you're a beginner, eat as per your hunger because I'm sure you won't have any competitions as you're a beginner. You just want to gain strength and all that. So that you don't need to keep that strict a diet. Eat as per your hunger. If it's not working for you, increase your calorie intake, and then you will definitely gain muscle mass.
Okay, we have a similar question here. What is your best tip for increasing lean muscle mass?
Uh, be in a slight calorie surplus. So say that your maintenance is 2000 calories, be in a 2500 calorie diet with high protein 2500 calorie surplus diet. I would actually recommend bulk and cut cycles, diets. That's much more better because uh, you never really know your daily calorie intake. It keeps changing. Some days you have more activities, your calorie intake goes higher. So it will play around over there. So bulk and cut diets are much better, but it's possible to definitely gain lean muscle mass. You have to keep checking your calories.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, even I was watching one of the interview with Bhuvam Chauhan, and even he said the same thing. That one of the thing that he regrets is staying lean all the year round and not taking off seasons a lot. So because off season really helps us to put a lot of muscle mass, and that's what our goal is. So Brandon, how many
That's
years it has been for you since you started working out?
uh, Freehand at home has been like about 4 to 5 years, and gymming has been like 4 years with lockdown. So you can say like 3 years kind of.
Yeah, so it's been 3 years, right? Those who feels like a good physique cannot be attained naturally. So here is a live example, Brandon. So Muscle Mania, it's a natural bodybuilder championships. All the athletes who compete in Muscle Mania are natural athletes. So those who believe that it cannot be done, they are doing it. You can, and Bharat Singh Jiwalia, who just won, internationally the Muscle Mania championship. So just go to his profile and check it out, and then that myth is busted at least today. So again, Brandon, coming out to training protocols, right? Do you change them a lot, or how about your, if somebody has been doing a same workout routine from a long time, do you, how, what works for you? Like, do you keep changing it, or it stays the same?
Uh, Usually it stays the same for quite some time, and if sometimes your exercises get boring and all that, and your muscles need something different. The best thing would be trying different intensity techniques like drop sets, supersets, trisets,
Okay.
something like that, the force reps. Those really help. So choose the best exercises, but definitely try some intensity techniques that will definitely make your workout more intense.
Okay, we have another question. Does yoga help us as much weight loss as cardio does?
If you compare cardio like with yoga, I definitely say that 1 hour of cardio burns more calories than 1 hour of yoga. If you see it in that way, then cardio will definitely be better for weight loss. But yoga is definitely a good thing to do, and it's really good for health, and I'd recommend
Yeah,
everybody to do it.
yeah. Even I want to say a few words on that, because yoga is like it takes care of your mental health as well. So yeah, you should add it. But obviously, if your goal is weight loss, then you should not just rely on yoga. Rather, you should add up your weight training and cardio, and then obviously the calorie deficit. So anybody who's watching it, right, if you're going to the gym, if you should first set your goals, right? If you want to lose fat, if you want to build muscle, because if you set your goals, then there will be processes involved, right, which are specific to those goals, and you will be able to achieve them easily. And rather than just going to the gym and then saying that I'm not getting the results, or a lot of people complain. So you should understand what your goal is, and then you should work towards those goals. Okay, what are your thoughts on body recomposition?
I think body recomposition works a lot for beginners. And even people who have been on a break, say they've gone for a 1 or 2 month vacation and they're back,
Right.
then your body may work, the body recomposition may work. But as I'm seeing, my body recomposition work when I was a beginner, it really worked for me. I was staying lean and getting muscle, but right now that's
Yeah.
not really happening. So I have to go on a bulk and cut cycle, which is much better. So that's what is for body
Yeah,
recomp. Yeah,
like it depends. Body recomposition might not work for everyone. I mean, as Brendan said, Jen, you know, if
yeah,
for
it also
beginners,
depends.
definitely it's there. But then, you
Mhm.
know, in the longer run, it might not. Even as he mentioned that even after you go from vacation, it might work, but you know, not sure on that. So
It's actually very depressing because even if it's working for you, say you're gaining muscle, but you're also losing fat, so your muscle will increase and shrink, basically it'll stay the same size. It may look leaner, you may not even notice it. If it even works out, body
even if
recomp is even working out, you may not even know that it's happening. So it's really depressing sometimes. So it's better to go on bulk and cut cycles. I mean diets.
okay, Brandon, we took a lot of your time, and you know you answered all the questions. Anything that you want to say to the viewers and to the people who are watching this from your side?
Basically, I would say is to not avoid any aspect of fitness, like say cardiovascular endurance, musculoskeletal strength for weight training, flexibility. Don't avoid stretching. I did that, and the most important thing, don't skip leg day. And
Yeah, let me
yeah,
mention,
so
guys. Yeah, seriously, Brandon has like really good legs. I mean, when he step on the stage, you know, his legs are so dominant. Even in men's physique category, I was watching some of the reels, and Brandon calf muscle was so dominating. He was, if like in men's physique, you have your you know, thighs covered, and your just calf muscles are visible. And even in those shots, like Brandon was dominating. I mean, it was really great to see. You know, those good legs on men's physique. So okay, let's take the last question from Sarthak, which is how many days a week a person should exercise?
uh, that totally depends. Usually, what I do is I go for 3 days and I take a 1 day gap because my training is really intense. So I need like a gap because say that I'm ending with back and I say I did deadlift that day, I won't be able to do a heavy leg day session the next day.
Mhm.
So I need like a gap to fully recover. So I follow 3 days, 1 day rest. 3 days, 1 day rest. So that's kind of like 5 days a week. Now that totally depends on the intensity. If it's a beginner low intensity, you can even work 6 days a week. In low intensity, that doesn't matter. But if it's high intensity, you need the rest, then what I'm doing is like 3 days, 1 day rest. That is something you can follow.
Yeah, rest is really important. You should understand it yourself. Like if you're working out and the next day your muscles are sore, you know, you should work things out well to you know, relax your muscles, and you know you have to manage accordingly when you. So Brandon, thank you so much. Thank you so much for you know, coming on live and sharing a lot of information and knowledge and answering all the questions. And we wish you all the best for your further championships, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and thank you for having me for this session. It was great talking and
Thank you
wish you
everyone.
all the best for your competitions too.
Thank you, man, means a lot. Okay, we'll see you around. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for joining.
Okay. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone.